Hey YouTube, this week's episode of Hobby Talk, I want to talk about something that's really interesting developing in the Pokemon world right now. It's been what I've been thinking about this week. That's why I always try to do these episodes of Hobby Talk. What's been on my mind this week in the world of collecting stuff that I collect. So it's really strange. So throughout the years, especially like the last few years, like the Sun and Moon era and the Sword and Shield era, booster boxes, they've been pretty much, not saying they were guarantees, but almost always would go up in price over time. And there was always a very high floor, I would say, on Pokemon booster boxes, and a very high ceiling. And I think a lot of it has to do with the chase cards in those sets and how hard they were to pull. Now, what has happened with these newer sets, this is the Scarlet Violet era. This is the Scarlet and Violet base set. This is the second set that came out, Paldea Evolved, and now the third set, Obsidian Flames. The chase cards in these sets are definitely turning out to be not very tough to pull. And another thing that Pokemon has done is they've really ramped up the production on these sets, because Pokemon's huge. There's more people that are into Pokemon than probably any other TCG. Maybe more people at one point were into Magic, but Pokemon has an incredible following. And like, here's just a sample. Like, I had a garage sale this summer, and I had some Pokemon stuff out there. I had some different stuff out there. But every single person, I would say in their 20s or younger, as soon as they saw the Pokemon stuff, they're like, oh, Pokemon. They were super pumped to see any kind of Pokemon stuff at a garage sale. The Pokemon stuff that I had out there, I was selling some bulk stuff, some Sun and Moon era packs and stuff like that, just getting snatched up like crazy. I had some graded cards out there too, but wasn't really a big thing with people at garage sale. So, but just the sheer excitement of every single person in their 20s or younger seeing anything Pokemon. And I'm not kidding, 100% of that age group went bonkers over Pokemon. I've never seen anything like that before. This was before, some of these newer sets came out, but I'm sure that collector base has not decided to just forget Pokemon. They're going to be loving Pokemon for years. And a lot of times at the start of a new block, like this is the Scarlet and Violet block, sometimes the sets are, they want the players to get a bunch of the main cards to play with, the playable cards in their hands, so there's not going to be as many crazy chase cards. And I think, some of the players are probably getting a little irritated that it's so hard to pull some of the, like the Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon chase cards. They're really tough to pull. And, maybe the Scarlet and Violet era is built more towards the players than, people that collect stuff and try to flip stuff. But whenever things like that happen, and Pokemon prints a lot of their products, and people are pulling chase cards very easily, they're not going to be buying that much of it. They're going to get their chase cards and, add whatever usable cards to their decks, and then they're going to be done with it. And and people trying to make sets. If the really tough chase cards are easier to pull, they're going to pull the cards to get their to make their sets, and then they're done with that set. They move on to the next one. So I think not as much of this stuff has gotten sold because people are getting the cards that they were looking for. And another thing is, you know, just the sheer fact that they raised the prices of the booster boxes. So like the Sword and Shield era booster boxes, they were around $100 to $90 on release day. That was pretty much the floor on those. Now, in the Scarlet and Violet era, Pokemon is charging like $15 more per box to the distributors. So the prices, like when these first came out, they were like $115. I think across the board. If you look around hard, close, long enough, you'll find a better deal here or there. But the base of the original cost was much higher. And I think that might have pushed some people away. And rightly so, You always have had booster boxes that are around $100 or less, or $90, and now they're $105 or $115. Be like, okay, I'm good. And you throw in the fact that there's not really expensive, tough to find chase cards. Like there's no Moonbreons in these sets. There's no, alternate arts that are really hard to pull. You got to open like 1,000 packs to possibly find one. They're fairly easy to pull chase cards. And you can look at the TCG player data. Anytime a set has really easy to pull cards, the prices are going to really go down quickly. And it makes your expected value of the boxes less. And now, I think game stores are panicking. And no gaming store panics quicker than this place called Channel Fireball. So they sent me an email. They had a big sale. I almost want to call it like a panic sale. They're just dumping stuff. But I was able to get a booster box of Scarlet and Violet for $84 shipped to my house. That's with shipping, everything. They had Paldea Evolved for $90. I did get one of these. They had sold out of the Paldea Evolved before I could get one of those. And they had Obsidian Flames for I think this might have been $85 and this was $89 or something like that. So I bought 2 boxes of Obsidian Flames and 1 box of the Scarlet and Violet for way less than what we are led to believe that those guys even pay. So they're selling it at a loss, and they're paying for shipping. That's without paying tax. Like $90 for, $83 for a booster box of Pokemon cards. I haven't seen that for a long, long time. And these are products that start off higher. So there's some issues, with card shops right now with Pokemon. And I laid out the reasons why. Chase cards easier to pull. Maybe some people don't like the new silver borders. Maybe people don't want to pay an extra $15 that they didn't have to pay for previous sets for a booster box. Anyway, when stores panic sell like that, that means that they have a ton of inventory that they got to move to help pay for new stuff coming out. And it's going to be a bloodbath for those card shops that bought tons of this stuff. Because when the places like Card Shop Live, that's what it was, not Channel Fireball. It was Card Shop Live. Sorry about that. When places like Card Shop Live start, panic selling their stuff, everybody has to keep undercutting to move their products. And I've seen some videos. Shout out to Cardinal Gaming. they put out a video about this. There's some concerns. People are going to have to panic sell. Well, not, he didn't call it panic selling, but he said people are going to have to fire sell basically, because there's a lot of inventory that they're going to be needing to buy coming up. And he says, watch for Black Friday deals. Now that's Black Friday, of course, is the Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and then you got like Cyber Monday, and a lot of online places do Cyber Monday deals. If you want to pick up some really cheap stuff in the TCG world, I think there's a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff that's going to get sold like that. Probably some MetaZoo if there's still any out there. But when Black Friday comes around, do some online shopping, Cyber Monday. There's going to be incredible deals to be had. And if you like TCGs and if you can just be patient, you're going to be able to buy, I think, truckloads of this stuff for even less than what I just bought some for. Not that you should buy truckloads. But also another thing that's coming out in September this month is, I believe it's this month, is the beta release of Sorcery. And that was not an unlimited printing, from what I understand. They only made so much. They're trying to control that game where, like some of these, like MetaZoo, just way overprinted stuff. Sorcery is actually trying to limit their production so that it grows slowly. So that stuff's going to be coming out. You have new Magic the Gathering sets coming out all the time, seems like. You've got Pokemon 151 and Paradox Shift or something like that. So there's new Pokemon sets that are going to be coming out. Man, there's just, and Lorcana's coming out, and they're going to be printing more and more and more. One Piece is hot right now. At least it was hot. Last I knew, they were still pretty hot. So there's so much stuff coming out for the TCG world that these gaming stores are going to have to move product to keep up. So that's why there's going to be good deals coming out Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm definitely going to be looking around for some great buying opportunities. And honestly, I'm probably not going to buy much until then, just to save up for some really good deals. And I don't know if this will spill over to the sports card or non-sports card markets, but it's a real thing in the TCG world. And like I said, if you guys are waiting for the right time to buy, wait for Cyber Monday / Black Friday. And I think that's going to be part of the biggest lows that you're going to find on some of these products that have come out in the last couple years. So that's what's been on my mind, is a big buying opportunity coming up here around Thanksgiving. And I've been thinking about it and thinking kind of like strategizing on what I should do, because I like buying sealed stuff. And I believe in Pokemon. I think people are overacting that, man, cards are so easy to pull. Because guess what? There's been sets, Legendary Treasures, super easy pull rates. The Generation set, super easy pull rates. So many sets have had really easy pull rates. It's just in the Sword and Shield era and the Sun and Moon era that the really tough chase cards got to be really tough to pull, super tough pull rates. Now pull rates are kind of coming back to what they should be, and people are, I shouldn't say people, the people that try to invest in things and flip stuff, they're panicking and wanting to move on to other things, which